Okay, this is me going to attempt to level it. I'm using this piece of paper. So let's see. I've already let it cool down. The extruder temperature is 24 degrees C and the bed is 33 degrees C. It's mildly above room temperature. So I'm going to start by telling it to go home. Home all. Now I've already tried leveling this, but looking at it, I can already see it's too high up. So, bit of paper. So I'm just going to slide that under and go to, let's see, where is it? Setup, motor, turn the motor off. So yeah, that's underneath. I'm sliding it back and forth, no resistance. So let's see, let's tighten it a little. It's kind of hard to reach in, but so no resistance yet. I'm tightening it. Like, I'm sure I leveled this. I don't know why it's so far off. Right, there's slight. It's not resistance exactly. I can feel it, but it's not. It's not in any way significant. I'm going to pull this through slightly, just a tiny bit, so I get more of an idea, and maybe move this out a wee bit. There. Okay. So I think this needs tightened. So now it's starting to like actually resist. I feel like that's slightly too much, so I'm going to loosen it slightly. So, like, to me that's a good test, that you can do that and it like catches a tiny bit. I don't know if that's right or not. I'm hoping someone else can tell me that. I'm just going to spin this round a bit so I've got flat edges. So I'm going to do this one now. So that is really too loose as well. So I don't know why, because I did try to level this earlier, but it feels like it's way off now. Like, I literally tried leveling it like 10-20 minutes ago. There. I had to spin that like a couple of full rotations. So that's very strange. So now it's catching tiny bits, so slightly more than this side, so I'm going to loosen it a wee bit. This feels good again. Now what I've been doing is going back and it's catching really hard in the middle, which is strange to me. I'm going to bring it back over here, but that feels like if the paper wasn't here it would be damaging, it would be scoring the surface. So that's really hard now. So loosen it. Just holding it tight, loosen it, loosening, it's tight. It can move now, but it's tight. That's it, back to the level of resistance it was at. Yeah, that is solid in the middle. It's annoying. I don't know how I'm supposed to get this level when it's not consistent. So that feels consistent though, it's just the middle is screwy. It's somewhat loose, but it's very tight. I feel like in order to make it loosen, I'd have to like loosen both a tiny bit. So I push this forward now. The middle is totally loose at the moment, but I need to get all four corners. I'm hoping this is showing up in the video okay. So this feels a little bit loose, so I'm going to tighten that. It's very loose. I'm just continually moving it and tightening it gradually. I'm starting to feel resistance now. What's that? Yeah, that feels kind of good to me. I'm getting like, well, I'm going to loosen it slightly. Let's see. Yeah, it's like it's not catching it or anything. So now I move to the middle, and the middle's usually pretty tight. Oh no, in fact, right now it's super loose. Okay, so moving over to the other side. Oh, sorry, this hurts my back a bit. I'm bending over in a funny way. So let's see, this is totally loose to the point I can't even feel it. So I'm going to tighten. So what was happening was when I was trying to print, the filament was coming out and not adhering to the bed. Which does make sense if it was way off base and totally too loose. But I don't see why it would be. Because I've literally just gone through this process. I don't see how it could be so far off like immediately. It's not at temperature, like I said. I gave it plenty of time to cool down. And it's pulling quite tight. I feel like I have to loosen it and then wait a second, like or tighten it. So tiny bit tighter. Okay, I can feel that. So moving back over here, I'll spin this round. It's now super tight, like really hard to move tight. So I'm going to loosen this. Starting to get okay. And that feels pretty good. Ooh, I'm trying to avoid touching the belt for like any reason. So on this side now, completely loose. So tighten it. And there we go. I didn't have to adjust that much that time. I'm just going to film this whole process. I'm actually loosening it right now because it's feeling too tight now. But yeah, it feels too tight. That feels about right to me. And again, it's some loose. You can hear that catching. It's like buzzing with the fan rotation. Okay, so that's a bit too much resistance, I think. Now, I can feel it. So the middle, pretty tight. This side, pretty tight again, so I need to loosen this side now. In fact, my back's hurting because normally I'd sit down to do this, but I can't because I'm trying to do the filming. So let's see. Loosening it a tiny bit. Okay, that feels good. I'm trying not to apply any pressure to the bed either in case that throws things off. Okay, that still feels pretty good. So now I'm just going to go to the corners again. Again, trying not to apply any downward pressure to the bed because I'm completely feckin' paranoid with it. That is quite a lot of resistance, I think. So, yeah. This is too high now. So, just a tiny bit. I'm literally trying to get to the point where I just start feeling it. So that's there. So, move back over here now. This is completely loose now. Tighten it. I can feel it now. Okay, that feels good. That feels good. I'm gonna go back to the. That feels good. Wow, this is the first time I think I've had all four corners as loose. Damn it! So I see guides online of folks saying that levelling the bed should take 5 minutes and is dead easy, but I've been at this for like an hour now and it's pissed me off, to be quite honest. I contacted Anycubic about, God, I'm having to spin this several full rotation and now it's tight. Okay. It's way too tight now. I contacted Anycubic support saying I think my bed might be warped slightly, and they said to put a ruler on it, and I did, and the ruler looked flat, steel rule. So I'm not sure if it's just me being an idiot, which is why I'm filming this. There we go. Okay, so back to over here. It's too tight now. I'm trying to do it in very like slight adjustments. Okay. Why is it when I loosen the other side that this side gets tighter? Oh God! Sorry, the nature of my table, I can't get around the other side, which is why my back ends up getting strained. I'm only 34 though, it's not going to do any damage. God, why am I having to spin this multiple times? I'm tight. Wait a minute. I'm putting weight on the rails. Oh, okay. Maybe the problem is I'm like inadvertently leaning on the metal rail that the bed rests on. Okay. So I might have just figured out the problem. If this turns out to be me learning what I've been doing wrong, then I'll just post this as a kind of an educational video. Otherwise, well, it's going to be, please help me figure out what the hell's wrong with this damn thing. God. Right, so a lot of resistance. Not leaning on anything now because I've realised that's stupid. Loosening it. Oh, come on. It's really hard to get into it just because the angles. Oh. Okay, very mild resistance. Okay. Whoop de shoop. Oh god, that's a lot of resistance. Whoa. That's nasty. Yeah, that is tight as hell. Loosen that. Hopefully they can see if this ends up becoming a guide on how to properly level. I'll be pretty pleased. Okay, it's a little loose. Tighten slightly. Come on. Oh, there we go. That feels pretty good. Oh, right. That feels pretty good. Okay, so now back over here. So that is rock solid, and I suspect again because I was leaning on these rails. I think that's the problem. I hope that's the problem because I've actually scored the bed with previous prints, and I've not been able to get a successful print for the last few days. And I just got a bunch of tools and I took the extruder apart and cleaned the nozzle, and then tried again, and still the same thing. So that's what made me think, well, maybe I haven't been properly leveling my bed. So let's loosen that. Feels pretty good. Okay. How are we here? A bit tight. Okay. I mean, from reading guides, everyone else seems to think you'll need to go around twice, so that feels pretty good. Okay, so let's do the corners again. So shifty forward. I'm also thinking if I still have problems after this leveling, then I can go to Anycubic and say, hey, what's up, this is what I did. You can like see me trying to level. So feels pretty good. Bit loose. And I'm printing with a layer height of 0.08 millimeters. So I've got pretty low tolerance for feck uppery. I want it to be accurate because I'm printing miniatures for tabletop gaming, Dungeons and Dragons and such. That is tight. Okay. I'm not having to make as big adjustments as I was before. Me leaning on the rails totally explains it. That's a bit loose now. Tighten that. Attack on Titan. Leaning on the table, not the printer. I'm tightening that. Oh, loosened it by accident. Come on. And there's slight resistance. Slight resistance. Is this going to be successful? I'll be so happy if the printer's working again, because I feel like I finally found the settings to get a good miniature. And if they work, that's fantastic. Right, let's see. Loosen a tiny bit. Oh, it's tiny bit more. I'm going to take my hand away for the testing, just in case I am like inadvertently affecting it. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'm getting stiff with this. I really hope it stops. I want to be done soon. I want to just leave this printing. Oh, that's nasty. That's a lot of resistance. It's like properly pulling on it, tugging on it. Wait, and then there's nothing. So, no resistance, middle, a lot of resistance, this side, no resistance, push it through halfway, too little resistance there, the middle, pretty damn tight. The right, very little resistance. This corner feels right. The middle, too tight. This corner feels okay. Like, see, no resistance. Like, notable resistance. So you guys tell me, is this a work bed? If it is, I'm going to send a link to this video to Anycubic and see what they say. I'll just again go to the middle, because I think I have leveled this at this point. The middle doesn't feel too terrible. So now, I mean, I've done my best to level it, my level best. I'm going to show you what happens when I try and print. So let's just see. Crow is the miniature I've been trying to print. It's my half Kenku, half Aarakocra character in my D&D game. So I'll skip ahead to when this is heated up. Okay, we're almost there. It's almost heated up. I'm just going to say right now I'm using 1.75mm violet PLA. It's good at a temperature of 190 to 230 degrees C, and I'm printing it at 190. Current temperature is 180, so it's almost there. I have not touched the printer, here off. But there you go, I've not touched this thing. This printer is about a week old, and I got about 4 days worth of use out of it just printing miniatures. I've printed 3 copies of my Tressum familiar and 4 copies of Crow, each with varying levels of quality. I managed to get my Tressum, my flying cat, Mr. Mauser, to a quality I'm happy with, and he printed fine after 3 attempts. Crow took a bit more work. I've been trying to print him for several days, and I've managed to get one that I'm almost happy with. The base was just a little screwy. So the file here that I'm telling it to print is the one where I fixed the base. So this should be the final Crow, because I was very happy with the quality of the previous one. It looked great. But then since then, the next print I tried after that, it scored the base, like dug into it with a heated nozzle, and it wasn't extruding any plastic, so it just scored the base. Here we go, print starting, apparently. I have no faith that it's actually going to work at all. There's no PLA coming out, but sometimes I get that with the first print, because I have a tendency of using tweezers to just gently pull off the dangles. So it usually takes a wee moment to start coming through. So nothing's coming through yet. I mean, usually the first print I have to wait for it to start actually extruding. Although I can see plastic coming out now, it's not actually... It's... right. Okay, stop. I can see the plastic has just stuck on the nozzle. So I'm just going to move it up a little, so I can take it off. I've got a pair of tweezers here. So I just very gently, I try not to touch the nozzle itself or anything else. Just grab the plastic and pull it out. So this was on the nozzle. This here, I don't know if that's showing up in the camera. There's a fair bit of plastic there. It's still coming out, so come on, break off, break off. So that's just mess. So that's fine. I'll give it that sometimes I can understand it might take more than one go to get started. I've now got stringy bloody plastic everywhere. Great. Strings of plastic. So, ugh, get off me. Right, so I'm just gonna, it's sticking to the side of the nozzle already. Get off. Get out of it. I can't get it. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna tell it to print again. Print. This time I'll go with Owl Pair, the standard test file, and we'll see what it does. It's perfectly possible it's going to score the main plate, which is, I do have a replacement plate that I bought myself. I'm not wanting to stick it on yet, just in case it does damage something. Come on. It's just getting up to temperature. It's got 2 degrees left. Should be good now. So print this at 200 degrees C. So, I mean, it's possible my problem is it's not got enough temperature in it, or maybe the filament width is not set correctly or something. I can already see PLA like collecting on it. Yeah, it's not laying. I don't even see that. There's just a lump of PLA. Oh god. Right, stop. 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 Go home, please. I don't know if you can see that big old lump. Just this little coagulation here. So I'll try it one more time. Very quickly, print the L pair. So there's been no gap this time. It should be able to like adjust itself properly, I'd imagine. So the plastic has stuck on the side here, which is something. That does, oh, but it's trailed all the way over. It is laying it. Oh, it's not laying it very well though. I mean, let's see. Does it manage to do a successful print? Because if it does, maybe it's my problem. It is laying them. And what I'll do is I'll share the settings I have with my Crow as well. I can already see a bit not working right. There's a bit that looks like it's bubbled. I'm not going to keep this video going for too long. I do want to see it lay down the initial layers properly before I decide that it's okay. So we'll see just now if it does the initial layers properly, and if it does, then I'll let it print the whole thing and see what we get at the end. Yeah, it's fucking up. It's fucking up. It's gone screwy. I'm gonna see if it can recover, but it's already got PLA sticking up. And yeah, it's screwed up. I'm gonna let it go a bit further, just to make it obvious for the camera. This is the test file immediately after me doing my very best to level this bed. I've done everything right, yep, stop. Okay, so I'm going to hit the home button now. Home all. So I'm going to move the camera now and just show you what state this is all in. So, as you can see there, it's screwed up this whole area. It's also dragged trails across the bed, the nozzle. If anyone knows what I can do to fix this, I'd be very grateful. Thanks guys.